legend of the fairy tree. Deep within an ancient and mystical forest stood a tall old tree known as the fairy tree. Legend had it that many little fairies lived within this tree, guarding the peace and harmony of the forest. One day, little rabbit Lily, little cat Mimi, and little dog Charlie decided to go on an adventure to explore the ancient forest. They had heard the legends of the fairy tree and decided to search for this mysterious tree. They trekked through dense woods, crossed streams, and walked for a long time until they finally found a large shimmering tree deep in the forest. It was the legendary fairy tree. As they approached the fairy tree, a gentle light suddenly emanated from the tree, and along with the light, a group of little fairies appeared. The fairies welcomed Lily, Mimi, and Charlie, introducing themselves as the guardians of the forest. They invited the animals into the fairy tree to share their stories. The inside of the fairy tree was beautiful, filled with rainbow-colored light and magical plants. Lily, Mimi, and Charlie were amazed and excited. The fairies told them that the fairy tree had a magical power that allowed all creatures in the forest to live in harmony, but this power needed the support of love and friendship. The little animals were very touched by this and decided to help the fairies protect the forest. They promised the fairies that they would always maintain their friendship and kindness. One day, a dark force suddenly appeared in the forest, threatening the safety of all creatures. The fairies told the little animals that they needed to unite to overcome this dark force. Lily, Mimi, and Charlie decided to face the challenge bravely, knowing that only courage and unity could protect the forest they loved. Together with the fairies, they devised a plan to fight the dark force. They divided the tasks, and each played to their strengths. Lily used her wisdom to plan, Mimi used her agility to scout, and Charlie used his strength to protect everyone. The fairies used their magic to support the animals. Under the protection of the fairy tree, they engaged in a fierce battle with the dark force. Though the process was difficult, they persevered and supported each other. At the last moment, Lily came up with a brilliant plan. Using the power of friendship, they finally defeated the dark force. The dark force was dispersed, and the forest returned to its peaceful and beautiful state. The fairy tree's light shone even brighter, and the fairies were proud of their courage and unity. Little rabbit Lily, little cat Mimi, and little dog Charlie became heroes in the forest, and their friendship grew even stronger. To thank them, the fairies gave each of them a magical amulet that would protect them whenever needed. From that day on, Lily, Mimi, and Charlie continued to explore the forest, learn new things, and help animals in need. They knew that as long as they stayed united, there was no difficulty they couldn't overcome. Their friendship became an example for all creatures in the forest. The fairy tree continued to shine brightly, protecting the forest. The animals and fairies together created many wonderful memories. The legend of the fairy tree would be passed down forever, for where there is love and friendship, there will always be hope and miracles.